so fast you don't have time to do that where it's going to be effective. Because sometimes you may duck down and just, you know, clam up on a person if you haven't trained. So in this particular situation, I'm going to put a little space, and we're going to use our bitch slap, but we're not always going to the face with it, okay? So, Roger, bring Roger back over here. Okay. What you saw, and I'll break that down real fast for you, is a 1-2 punch. These are parry moves where you're shooting in, and taking your hand and just slapping the groin hard, and you want to lift him up. Once you hit the groin, you want to make sure he doesn't fall across your legs or tackle you, okay? So always be aware. Remember we talked about sprawling and people wanting to take you down? We want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So we're going to block, hit. Even if he's coming after my leg, I want to sidestep, kind of pin, work, slide over top. Maybe, I love these things. Or it could be a pin in your pocket. And just go to the ear. And then, like I said, even if they start rolling and stuff, you just stay with them. Don't give it up. You've got to stay with them to the end. Sometimes it's beneficial to have a guy on top of you because there's other people in the area.
Hey, Jimbo here with another tip for you. This has to do with understanding just how far you will go to protect yourself and your loved ones. Many guys overestimate their willingness to fight back. The reality is usually much different. For example, I worked with one Special Forces soldier, a guy who saw a lot of action and endured years of bloody combat. What he said to me was this, quote, "Many men cannot fathom the idea that somebody actually wants to kill them. They just can't get their head around it. So when confronted by a real killer, a truly evil person willing and able to kill without hesitation, when that horrible reality sinks in, they often just freeze up and then die." Point is, there's a certain warrior's mindset that you must tap into when facing down a potentially deadly threat. It means you are willing to either escape and fight another day or step up and fight with deadly force, with deadly intentions, if there's no other choice. As my street fighting friend Paul Vunex once said to me, quote, "You've got to demonstrate a complete disregard for your opponent's well-being." So here's what I did. I got a few U.S. Special Forces soldiers to show you how to tap into this warrior's mindset along with some lethal hand-to-hand fight moves. Deadly moves that kill in an instant if you're ever confronted by a deadly threat. But here's the thing. These moves are very ugly and very brutal moves, so much so that I am not allowed to show them to you here on this platform. If I did, they would shut down my channel for sure. However, if you think you can take it, I am now willing to show them to you for free. Just get to the link in the description. This is pretty gory stuff, but when your life is on the line, you'll be damn glad you learned these simple moves. Like I said, you can see them for free through the link in the description. Okay, let's move on to your next tip.
The situation has become more volatile, more violent. Maybe he has other people that are going to be involved in the attack. I've seen that he's got friends or something. We'll get back to this headbutt thing now. Again, the reason that I've chosen to be protected is for his benefit. I've got a helmet on that I picked up in a garage sale. It's not, you know, the best piece of equipment around, but it works. Now, you can go to whatever extent you want. But this is what we're talking about here. Okay? So the alternative to this strike is simply this. We go through the wrist grabs. Okay, what happened here? We did the same release that you saw earlier. Circular motion, that's all there is to it. I'm not resisting backwards like most people would. This becomes a strength move. Your attacker is going to be 9 times out of 10 or even higher. He's going to be stronger, and you're not going to want to get in an arm wrestling contest with this guy. The common response is to lean backwards. You lose your ability to resist here. Okay? Circular motion out here, and I'm stepping into it. I'm lending my entire body weight to the technique. I strike him to give myself a little working room. I reached up here, and the headbutt comes in here. I'm not ramming my head into him here and giving myself a whiplash or doing damage to my neck. I'm lending my body weight, motion, leg strength, and everything to the headbutt in here as I go. I want to drive into him and take him out of the picture. Again, stop the action. There's alternatives to this. Remember I talked about the knees and the feet. You can do the technique this way and kick the shins and stomp the foot. You can do the technique the same way, kick the knee and stomp the foot. There's countless ways to do this. I want to mention a few of them. But the main thing here, the key, is this circular motion here to get the grip off so we can start to deal with whatever action we want to do as far as the counterattack.
Thanks for watching our video lessons here at TRS Direct. Hit the like button down below and consider subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. Hit the bell icon and we'll send you a notification when there's a new lesson available. Thanks again for watching.